Hey guys, it's Kendra. Today I'm doing my pregnancy vlog for weeks 9 through 12. So like the last two, I'll just update you guys on how I've been feeling. I think today's video is going to be a little bit different because before I would talk along, like I had so many different things going on, but not much has changed. So I don't have much to talk about that, but I have a lot of like products I want to show you, some new like pregnancy body products that I got, like my prenatals, a couple things that just I've been liking because I haven't been liking much basically. So I hope you guys all enjoy today's video and let's get started. So I am officially 12 weeks and 2 days. So I'm out of the first trimester, which is so crazy, meaning I'm a third of the way done. So what was that? That is one thing. I have just recently started to forget everything. Like I'll be talking and then mid-sentence, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Or Andrew will be like, did you do this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? No. So he thinks I'm crazy and he thinks I'm losing it, but whatever, I have an excuse. Usually I think it's 20 weeks for twins that you want to get to. That's like a good place to be, to kind of be out of the danger zone as opposed to 12 weeks. But it is cool to be out of the first trimester. It's crazy. It's gone by fast, kind of, but also gone by very slow. Like these last 2 months have just been long. One thing I wanted to talk about first, before I talk about how I've been feeling, is I've been way less stressed lately. My last video is just funny because that's like right when we found out we were having twins. So I was in shock completely for the first few days after that. After I found out, it was just so emotionally taxing and I didn't really know. I had to process it for a long time, but now I've come to terms with it and I'm like, this is actually happening and I'm starting to get excited. Before I wasn't really excited because I was just nervous, and now it's like, you know what? It'll be okay. And I owe a lot of that to you guys because I can't even express how grateful I am for all of the comments that you guys left on my last both videos. It's been insane. It's crazy how many of you guys have twins. Never even knew there were so many of you guys who watch me who have twins, and it's been just such a blessing to get so much great advice from you guys and just comforting thoughts. It almost took a lot of this, like all of the pent up nerves and whatever I felt kind of slowly began to dissolve as I started reading all of your guys' comments, because most of you guys were saying, just take it day by day. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but like you'll get through it and it's worth it in the end. And that's what's getting me through each day is just knowing that this is for it's such a miracle. Like I was saying before, I need to see it as since there's two, as more of a blessing than a burden, because that's before I was just thinking of everything that could go wrong and how much more expensive it was going to be, and now I'm thinking of it as this is so cool, and it's so neat that I get to have like double the experience, kind of like I get double the smiles and double the cuddles and double everything. So I'm trying to look at it that way now because it's I don't know, I think it's becoming more real to me. And I think I had this like I had a lot of preconceived ideas of pregnancy, and I don't know, maybe it's just different when you just have one. Maybe it's a little bit more enjoyable, but I've kind of just like I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking of it like I just want to have this great pregnancy. Like I just want to do what I need to do to keep these babies healthy, keep them growing, and if it's not fun along the way, like who cares, kind of thing, because it's not about me, it's about them. So I just changed my outlook. I feel like I've just talked so much about this right now. Another thing that's been really good is I started doing my devotionals again. I kind of was slacking on them. I've been really slacking on them, let's be honest. I'm still in like March and it's not March anymore. But I started doing those again, and I started it back because I was getting like really overwhelmed, and I was praying one night and just I don't know, I just needed some words to help comfort me, and it was so, it was just like, it was ironic, but at the same time, it's not ironic because I know it's what I needed. But the message of the devotion for that day, one of the verses was, I knit you into your mother's womb. And obviously I know that passage, but to read it on that day where like, that's what I needed to hear. Like, this is so beyond me. And it was talking about anxiety and how all of your anxieties are basically not trusting in God. And it's just kind of, that's how I felt. Like, I felt I was putting all this burden on myself, and I was like, this is so much for me to handle. But, you know, I just realized this is not for me to take care of. Like, this is up to God, and He will take care of this. And it was just, it completely changed my entire outlook on everything. And I'm like, I don't know, it just gave me so much calmness, and now I'm just like looking at things a lot different, which is good because I needed that. And the other thing that's helped me recently is we got an at-home Doppler, and just on Amazon. I'll link it below if you guys are interested in the one that I have. It's super cheap. So I tried it out on Monday, and I wasn't going to get my hopes up. I didn't want, you know, if I couldn't find it, no big deal. It's still kind of early. A lot of people say they couldn't hear anything until 18 weeks. And especially with twins, I know if you can hear one, that's good enough. You don't technically need to find both. So I was just like, let's just see what happens. So I was, you know, using it, and didn't really know what, I knew what to listen for because I've watched YouTube videos on them, and I knew like the typical rate of a baby, like how it sounds, kind of like a horse galloping. And I found one of them, and it was so low, it was so much lower than I thought it would be. And it was the most insane thing ever. It was so cool. It just made me feel like, wow, it is right there. And it was like magical. And then so I went to the other side. I didn't really know where they were placed, you know, like where their location was, because sometimes one can be back further so you can't really hear it. But I went to the other side, and like honestly, directly across, like here's one, the other one was right here. And then I heard the other one. It was so insane. So I found both, and the numbers were kind of off, but it was typically lower, like 135. And I know they say the lower the number, the more so it's a boy. And like I said, I really have this like gut strong feeling that they're both boys, but we'll see. But the numbers would kind of like change. So it was hard to get like a set number, but it was really cool to hear both of them and to go to, it was so cool. Yeah, I'm trying to look at all these good things now because I'll get into how I've been feeling now. My nausea has gotten a lot worse. I feel, I want to say fine in the morning, but I haven't felt 100% yet since the first month. I think back to that first month and how awesome it was. I was so hungry all the time. It was so great. But yeah, in the morning I wake up, I feel okay. I feel like fine. I don't feel great, but I can get things done, and I'm filming a video now. I try to do everything that I can do as early as possible because I feel good right in the morning. So I try to eat more in the morning because as the day goes on, my appetite just slowly starts to diminish, and it's really, really hard to eat. So typically I start feeling nausea around 2 o'clock is when I kind of feel myself shifting. Sometimes, depending on what I'm doing that day, depending on what I eat, it's later. Sometimes it's not till 6 o'clock. But when 7 o'clock hits to about 9, that is the absolute worst. It's so bad. So I try to go to bed very early. Sometimes I go to bed at 7 before the sun's even down. Usually I go to bed at 8. If I go to bed later than 8, it's pushing it, and I definitely feel myself getting worse and worse. And especially because I have more of an empty stomach at that point, and you feel worse on an empty stomach. So last night what time was it? And I try to stay up because Andrew gets home late, so I try to stay up at least till Andrew's home. and I was like nibbling on this piece of toast, and it was just brutal. And I was eating fruit. It just stinks because fruit's the only thing that sounds good, and fruit has no calories. It's basically water. I also have thrown up once. We went to the river this past weekend, and I woke up in the middle of the night and just had that feeling like, oh no, this is it. And I threw up. And I thought I was going to just go throughout this without throwing up. I thought I'd just be nauseous, but it's okay. But the next day after that, I felt awful the entire day. And it could have been a combination of being on the boat, being in the heat, and then the drive home was just, it was just a lot. So I think that probably all had something to do with it. But I haven't thrown up since, which is nice. I've been very close to throwing up. I've like dry heaved a couple times. The worst thing is brushing my teeth. Sometimes I don't even brush my teeth at night because when I'm brushing my teeth, it triggers my gag reflexes, and I just, yeah, it's not fun. It's not a good feeling. As far as foods that I like to eat, I mean, really nothing sounds good still. I just eat to force myself to eat. I know I need to eat a lot. So this is the book that a lot of you guys recommended that I get, and I'm so glad because it has been so helpful. I'm about halfway done with it now, and it's for when you're expecting multiples. So it has twins, triplets, or quads. It's just really nice because a lot of, in this book, it talks about how if you read a typical pregnancy book talking about having just a singleton pregnancy, it's completely different. And a lot of times they treat twins as just a normal pregnancy, but it really is its own thing. So it's been really nice to read this because it's cleared up a lot of questions that I've had, and it's just made things a lot, it just, I don't know, everything makes a little bit more sense now. And one thing that I got from this, which is I think the most important thing, the main goal of this book is to carry your pregnancy as long as it possibly can and to get your babies to the biggest weight that they can, because you know you don't want to deliver your baby super early because that increases a lot of the risks for health problems. So the thing that I thought was so insane is with a typical pregnancy, they say you want to eat about 300 extra calories a day. With twins, it recommends eating a little more than 1,000 extra calories a day. For me, that is a lot because I don't really eat that much to begin with. I eat how much I'm supposed to eat, but right now it's hard to eat the same amount that I was used to eating before. Does that make sense? So to increase that is really, really hard. So I'm hoping that I start feeling better soon so that I can just up my food intake a lot and just like really hope to gain a lot of weight quickly. The other thing it talks about is with twins, you want to gain a lot of your weight in the first half of your pregnancy because that'll speed up the growth rate of your babies, because you want them to be as big as possible. So if you do go into labor early, then they'll be okay. I've got protein shakes from Costco, like things that it's weird, just I've never really had to think about calories so much ever. I never count calories or anything, but now it's trying to add all these extra calories. Then before, like I'll try to add cheese and avocado, like as much as extra things that I can. Something that kind of helps is eating like lunch type foods earlier. So like around 10 o'clock, sometimes I'll have a burrito. The burrito from Rubio's is my favorite. What is it called? It's the one that has the more calories in it. I think it has 900 calories. So I need to try to eat that a lot because that is really good. And it has beans and rice and chicken and a lot of stuff in it. So burritos are good. Mexican is good. Mexican food. What have I been eating? In the morning, I usually eat eggs still. I'll eat a piece of toast with avocado, 2 eggs, and fruit and yogurt. I did wake up the other night at 3 a.m. and I was hungry, so I had fruit and yogurt. These I really, really like. These are the Izzy Sparkling. They're like sparkling juices. I got a jumbo thing at Costco, and these are good for later in the night when my stomach's not feeling good. It kind of eases my stomach and just gives me a better taste in my mouth. I don't know, I've just been eating things that are kind of more basic, but I'm trying to eat things that are healthy just more often. So every couple hours I'm really trying to force myself to eat. These are the prenatals that I've been taking. They're the Vitafusion prenatals. I've been taking these since like 3 months before we started trying to get pregnant. And before I really liked them, but now I just dread taking these during the day. I try to take them earlier on again because typically prenatals will make you feel a little more nauseous. And I mean, they're fine, obviously, but I don't know what it is, but I dread having to eat those. So I wrote down for 10 weeks that my tiredness has gone away. Yeah, I don't really feel super tired anymore. Like occasionally I'll take a nap, but it's very rare. Usually just like a short nap if I'm like on the couch watching TV. Never in the mood to eat. I have been getting some cramping and sharp pains every now and then by my uterus, and that's just because my uterus is growing. And I know since it's my first pregnancy and since I was in good shape before, everything's like tight down there, so it's going to need to stretch a lot. So that's why I get those pains every now and then. Like when I cough or sneeze, it's like, oh, I just feel this stabbing pain. So I was looking up because it kind of freaked me out, but people are saying it's just because everything's just stretching and lots going on. I've still been having crazy dreams every night. They're seriously insane. Last night was awesome. I had a dream that I was friends with Taylor Swift and I was invited to her wedding. She was getting married to Tom, by the way. What's his name? Hiddleston? I don't know what his name is, but they were getting married and they were having this crazy performance of a wedding. It was like a spectacular. And I remember sitting down in the audience and she was sitting next to me. And I just go, thank you so much for inviting me. Like, I can't believe it. She's like, yeah, I love the support. Like, of course I'd want you here. It was the best dream ever. I still get very, very hot all the time. I always have the air on, or at night the windows are open, the fans on full blast. And the smells that I hate are coffee. Oh my goodness, the smell of coffee makes me, ugh. It's so bad. It's just so strong. And that's usually my favorite scent. So it's very bizarre. But broccoli's always bad, and chicken. Like the scent of cooking meat is just the absolute worst. My nails have been really, really good. My nails usually are awful, but they're really long right now and they're actually thicker than they usually are. I wanted to show you guys some products that I got. I started using this, the Shea Terra Mama's Gold Stretch Mark oil, and it made my skin completely break out in a rash. And I'm kind of bummed because it was expensive. It was like 25 bucks or something on Vitacost. So it just, my skin's way more sensitive now. My face has been really good still, which is great. And the other thing is I haven't really been washing my face that much at night because I just want to go right to bed. So I've just been using a makeup removing wipe, which is so unlike me. Usually I always wash everything off, but it's just like trying to get the bulk of my makeup off, then I'm going to bed. So it's crazy that I'm not breaking out because typically I would break out. But this has just given my chest and my stomach like little red bumps on it. So I might try using it maybe on my legs or something. The other one that I got is the Pregnant Belly Solve by Mother Love. And this one I think has been fine. So it's made with organic ingredients and it smells really nice. So I like that. The other thing, oh, I've been wearing these nonstop. So I got this from Windsor a while ago. It's this bralette. Kind of like a nudie pink color, but I grew out of it. This is this small and they're so comfortable. They're insanely comfortable. Oh my gosh. So I just got 2 more. I got a black one and a white one in a medium large, which is so weird. I've never been a medium large in a bra in my life. So I've been wearing these. Look how cute the back is. They're like tons of crisscrosses. I've been wearing these most days because they're just extremely comfortable. Even sports bras, I never like sports bras ever because they always give me backaches. But a lot of bralettes are so tight at the bottom. These ones are just extremely comfortable. So if you guys, I mean, you don't even have to be pregnant to wear these, but if you want like very comfortable, soft bralettes, highly recommend these. They're only $10. So love those. And then I just got sent these products from Zoe Organics. Or it might be Zoe Organics. I got insect repellent, which is good because it's all natural, and I have been, when we went to the river, I was spraying insect repellent on me because I don't want any Zika. And then I got the belly oil. I think all of them are 100% organic ingredients. So I'll try this one and see how I like this one too. It has just a ton of really good ingredients. Isn't that so cute? I think the packaging of these are super cute. There is the nipple balm, which I don't think I need to use this for a long time, right? This is just as cream. It's unscented. I don't know what I use this for. I'll have to look this one up online. But there's that. Oh, also these ones. This is the Refresh Oil. I haven't even really looked at these. The perfect pick-me-up. Ooh. A refreshing blend of peppermint, lime, and ginger essential oils that ease queasiness and invigorate the senses. Wait a minute. I should be using this right now. I have been wearing those C-bands every now and then too. That smells pretty good actually. I was trying to use peppermint oil. A lot of you guys were saying to use peppermint oil, but it was just so strong. That smells nice. I'm gonna keep that with me. And the last thing is the belly butter, which, you know, is for stretch marks and stuff. So there's the belly butter and the belly oil. So there's that one. And these just have awesome ingredients. So, ooh, that's really nice. And whipped. The other thing I wanted to show you, which is so cute. Oh my goodness. Pure Cosmetics sent these. I got dyed when I saw these in the mail. Look how sweet these are. And they say Atkins on these little blankets. Oh, they're just so soft and cuddly. This morning I got out of the shower and this one was opened. The blanket was all over the place and Kyla was laying right next to it. And I was like, what the heck are you doing? Because, I mean, all of our stuffed animals are hers. So she probably was like, score, got a big, giant stuffed animal. But yeah, I guess that's just a little glimpse into our future. And then I wanted to show you guys my stomach. So it looks a lot different to me now. Like, here's just like letting it hang out. I mean, before I was like really flat. My stomach was really flat. So it's definitely, like, you can't really tell anything from the front. It just looks like I'm really bloated or I had a really big lunch. I have so much dog hair on me right now. And here is it. So you can see. So like for me, this is so different. But Andrew doesn't really think it's much, but to me it is very, very different. So when I did the Doppler, they were like right here. Like right there on either side. So there is tummy. So I think that's everything that I wanted to address in this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I really like doing these videos. They're really fun. I don't think I'll do them every week because I don't really have that much to talk about every week. Unless, I don't know, maybe every 2 weeks as I get further along. So just let me know how often you would like to see these. But thank you so much again for all of the support and kind words that you have shown. Just, oh my gosh, it just has made me feel so good. I really do see all of you as my friends and I trust all of your opinions and your advice so much. So just know that every one of your comments that you leave, I read all of them and it means so much to me. So thank you. So I hope you guys all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today and I will see you very soon. Bye.